So I was just thinking, like, let's say you're having a bad, very bad, terrible day, right?
Okay. Like today? No, I was kidding.
Oh,
No, this morning was crazy, but go ahead, keep going.
so like, what do you do to like ensure that you stay, I don't know, like optimistic or hopeful, or like what gets you out of your like bad mood?
My bad mood or my rut.
Or yeah, or like you know what I mean? Like just I mean just a really bad day. Like what do you turn to like get you back into a good like mental, spiritual, happy space? Joyful. Maybe I'm going
Joyful
too far.
sound.
Maybe I'm going too far.
um,
I'm
I
just curious.
I depend. I rely on myself.
Mhm.
I get myself out of my rut. You know, like okay, like for example, this morning was crazy. Um, like little things add up to big things, right? Like I was trying to tape something together, the tape kept ripping. I was driving, somebody cut me off in front of me. The garbage truck is here, in the way, like causing, holding up traffic. Train came, you gotta wait for the train. Like, people running in the street, homeless people running in the street, getting like have no inclination that cars come in, and it was just I was almost late for work. Couldn't find parking. It's just
So do you feel like though when those things happen, like does is this like an everyday thing or just like some days
well, some days are cool.
certain things
Other
wait, hold
like
up. Like certain things like maybe irritate you more? Do you feel like it's like just life, or is it like fate, or is it like something you did that now all these things, bad things are happening to you? Or like how do you gauge those kind of things? Like
I don't believe in that. I just just things happen. But what gets me out of it is like me saying like, oh well, I got up this morning, in a with under shelter. I'm able to drive a car. Some people have to ride the bus.
mhm.
I have okay, you know what I mean, but I have a job. I'm doing better than most people, half my age or younger than me. You know what I mean? So I kind of like, like this morning again, I was groggy, but I went to work and I just forgot about all that shit because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? What matters is now and me breathing and me not having COVID and me like, being able to like buy things on eBay and stuff if I want to. You know what I mean? Have options, and being able to talk to you and do this podcast. I just feel fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got to think about the now and then what I want to do in the future. So that kind of keeps me going. So all that stuff, like of course I'm human. It's gonna bother me. Why is this garbage truck here? And, I'm trying to get to work. Why this guy cut me off? Fuck this guy. Blah blah blah. But like it's like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I'll bitch about it and then it's gone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like this, I slashed myself, which is I took care of it. Okay, get over it. I got to live with it until it heals. You know what I mean? Like I rely on myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I give myself that power to where like I put things in perspective, and that's how I thrive. You know what I mean?
Mhm. So it's like, okay, I cut my finger, almost cut my finger off, but hey,
Yeah.
just my bad.
Yeah,
Like,
and it was that, I can't blame anybody else but me, If I get up late, that's my fault, you know what I'm saying? Or my phone's fault because I didn't hear it, Or it's mine because I didn't turn up the volume high enough, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like, yeah. Okay, so like what keeps you going and like motivated to
Um,
like, pursue, I don't know, like what do you think?
Curiosity, my family, um, my friends, you guys keep me going. Um, yeah, and the hope, and I have hopefulness in the future, even though like I do have regrets and stuff like that, but I have hope and like kind of like faith in myself that at least if I try, I won't feel like I failed, I guess, because even like moving out here, like a lot of my friends are like, man, I can't believe you did that. Like I could never do that, because I have a lot of friends who wanted to move out here, and I just literally like picked
Like
up.
everybody,
I
everybody move out
literally
there.
picked up my shit and just moved. You know what I mean? And was able to maintain. So it's like I just have, I just motivate myself. Being out here motivates me. You know what I'm saying? Every day, and I try to get better and just try not to be lazy. But I have those days. But I motivate myself
Right.
and hope. I have hopefulness for the future because I'm curious. To see what happens. You know what I'm saying? If I went on this audition, will I get it? What happens if I get it? If I actually do it? If I go on this page, if I make this music and make this album, will anybody listen to it? What happens? Will somebody use it? Use a song for their YouTube channel or like a commercial or something? Like it's just like putting my stuff out there and seeing what happens. And if nothing happens, then maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, like who knows? But I gotta put in the work too, you know what I'm saying? I gotta push it. I gotta push everything. I gotta actually go to the audition, you know what I mean? Like I gotta do stuff. So
Right, right. So, are you a person of faith? Like, do you believe in a higher power? Do you believe like that exists? Or like, do you believe, or like, did we come from like evolution or like a little tadpole?
well,
Not just the
that
first. I was like, yeah, maybe the first question.
on evolution, it's obviously there, the science is there, but I'm I'm like anything is possible. You know what I mean? Like
So, do you believe there's a higher power?
it's possible. I believe in myself. I believe in myself because I know what I'm gonna do or what I can do. I believe it's possible though. I don't want to like, people believe in religion and faith, and that's what keeps them going. A lot of people go to jail, and that's what keeps them motivated to keep living. But then you got the other side. You got suicide bombers who think when they die they're gonna have a paradise, full of chicks and chicken soup all day. You know what I mean? And this is instilled in their minds. It's the same thing as the Western religion. You know what I'm saying? The way Christians think about God is the way those Al Qaeda thinks about God. It's the same thing, But then you have the other side in America where like a black Christian can't go to a white Southern Christian church because they're racist. You know what I mean? Like, but they serve the same God. So it's like I don't, I never fell into that, and I come from a household that has two different faiths. I got Buddhist over here and I got Baptist over here, and both I
Yeah, how
I
did
I
that work? Yeah, like how
well
did
I thank them for not shoving it down my throat, but at the same time, like if I go to Tennessee, like we'll go to the church or something and hang out, or whatever, or not. And or if I go to like the Taiwan, it's like, oh, we'll go to a temple, but they never shoved it down my throat, And I think that, and I praise them for that because, it made me explore different avenues of just other religions and faith, and just made me
so
think
your
like
parents left it up to you to decide like
exactly, and then but yeah, and it made me study. Like I actually studied. I don't believe in kids just being in religion because their parents are, even though that happens 90% of the time. But you take somebody like Tina Turner who grew up Baptist, grew up as an adult, did her due diligence, and now she's a Buddhist. It's like, why? Because as an older woman, she feels like that pertains to her more. Whereas when she was younger, because of the people around her and probably her parents, she grew up Baptist, and that's all she knew. But once you get older and you actually do your homework, people, and you actually not be lazy and study, you might find Buddhism or Catholicism or Hindu or whatever. There's like so many things, or nothing, or just believe in a higher power. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in just doing one thing, but I get it. I get why people do it, and that's on them.
So did your parents, did they like in the household, was it ever like a conflict? Like,
nope.
Would they be like, don't teach him about that, or don't
nope.
teach him? Oh, really? That's interesting.
I have very open parents. They but they never taught me about their religion. This is just when we go to the temple. If we went to the temple, they just showed me what to do with the incense and everything.
Did they? And then were they pretty strong in their faith? Or were
on my mom's side?
Or both, mom or dad's side?
Yeah, I think my mom is, yeah. My dad is like, whenever he goes to Tennessee, like it's like whatever. Mm-hmm. But no, or like Easter, I think in Easter we would go to church or whatever like once a year or something. Mm-hmm. But he didn't want to go. He doesn't really want to go to church, and neither do I. So, but as I got older, trying to find myself, in my 20s, high school, senior year, and then in college, most of my friends were Christian, so I would go to church with them, and I'm just like, this ain't for me. But I just kept going and going because.
Why wasn't it for you?
Because I see the contradiction in the people and the word and everything. And it's kind of like when they tell you the word, it's like, oh, he's talking to me, but well, he's just shooting out something, and everybody has problems. So it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna feel what he's saying. It's like going to a psychic convention. It's like somebody in here named starts with an M.
Shut up.
Starts with an M over here. Okay, Michael. Okay, your grandma, somebody old died. So that's how I feel like in church. Like they be giving the word, like, man, he's talking straight to me. It's like, no, he's talking to me too, because I have issues too. Like we all got issues. That's why we in church. Like,
some people
get out of here. And then like the I don't know. Yeah, it's just not for me. And what set me off too was like I was having a debate with a preacher, and he got mad, and I'm like, why are you getting mad, dude? Like, if you're into your faith, you shouldn't be getting mad because you have faith in your religion. You know I'm wrong then, right? In your eyes, what I'm saying is wrong. You don't kick me out.
He kicks you out?
He kicked me out.
Oh my goodness.
Like, how do you kick me out? I thought I was a child of God.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So that threw me off too. So it's like, if people don't do their homework and they're just following what their parents do or whoever their friends are, then it's bullshit. Because there's so many denominations out there, right? Catholicism, Christianity, baptism, right? Which is basically kind of like the same thing. That's your Holy Trinity right there. Anyway, it's like, how can you decide? And then you have people like Lenny Kravitz, who's mixed, but he's Jewish, right? So he looks black, right? Why is he Jewish? Because his father's Jewish. Did he do his homework on his mom's side? Because I don't think his mom was Jewish. I think she's a black woman. I think I'm gonna stereotype and say maybe she was Christian, Mm-hmm. But he decided to go into the Jewish faith. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's his prerogative to do so. But why did he pick that instead of Christianity or Baptist or whatever? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just it's all derived from God and believing in something, and then everything else is just stories. And some of them have good wording. You know what I mean? You can apply it to your life, but I don't believe in following one thing. You know what I mean? What about you? What's your story with faith? Because I feel like you followed your parents, right? Your parents were heavy in faith, so that's all you knew. So you followed that. But how do you feel about other denominations? Like, how do you feel about a suicide bomber having as much faith as you do in his God? You know what I mean? And you're only that denomination because of your geographic location. Because if you were in China, even looking the way you are, if you were in China around people who, you know, were faith in Buddhism, you would be a Buddhist.
Mhm.
Straight up.
But I wasn't given that life. I was.
Ooh. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, like this is kind of my perspective. I feel like I believe in God.
Yes.
And I believe God made everyone, and I believe everyone was, they were chosen, they were given that to be that way or to believe in that faith. However that happened, geographically.
Okay. They had the freedom to believe in whatever they believe in.
Yeah, like
okay.
I mean, I think people were definitely like you said, it's either geographically given or if it's passed down through what your parents gave you.
Yeah, 100%.
Or, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just really feel like I was like, God gave me this life to be led in the way that I'm going. I definitely don't think that if say like you're not a person of faith, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't look down upon other people for not believing as I believe.
And I don't look down on you for believing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I just think in faith and religion, like that's a very key and important thing that needs to be in place, especially like how you said that you went to church and that pastor got mad at you for asking questions. Like, that's just, a lot of people, a lot of humans, we fall short of, being godly and being like what is taught in the Bible,
right?
Of how we should treat others. Like, we should love our neighbor. It didn't say, love your Christian neighbor. It said love your neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of those people you were talking about that are like at churches who might be racist or not so welcoming.
Yeah.
I always wonder, do you even read the Bible? Like, how could you actually practice and believe within, like, how could you call yourself a Christian and you do everything that's counters what's in the Bible?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like hating and not helping the poor. Like, those are all things spoken about in the Bible.
Yeah.
And
to me, go ahead.
No. So I was just gonna say real quick, like, I just feel like, a lot of people don't represent the Christian faith well. And I also feel that, and I'm sure like in the Buddhist faith or in the Muslim faith or the Hindi faith or whatever, there's people in those factions that don't represent their religion well. And I just always wonder why like Christianity seems like it's always at the top to be attacked. I feel, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like,
well, because the government was built on Christian faith. Like, government? Like people only get married because of religion. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, people all over the world are getting married. People all over the world.
But they're also religious, though. Like, most of them are religious. They're doing it in the church. They want a God-fearing mate. It's under God.
But I'm saying even those like arranged marriages, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's under a religion.
Yeah, it's based on their faith as well. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like religion or spirituality, it's deep. It goes back. Like,
I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah, it goes back to the beginning of like existence. Like,
yeah.
Like if people, like there were people, like if you go off of what's in the Bible, there were people who worship like, the water and the sun, and like whether if you were like a Greek goddess or if you're like in a, Yoruba and like believe in African spirituality.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like people worshiped something.
yeah.
Like no matter what you believed in, people worshiped a higher power. And I really feel like we're all like, God is so awesome that he reaches everyone that needs to be reached in that special way.
So does your God reach Muslims?
Yeah, it's the same God. Like to me,
It's the same God?
Yes. Like if you read the Bible, like geographically, it's based in Africa. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
why are you stuck on one piece of literature?
only because that piece of literature has survived thousands and thousands of centuries.
So the Cabal hasn't survived thousands of centuries. The Quran hasn't survived. You don't want to read those.
No, I have actually read the Quran.
The whole thing?
No. I only read a few
Like the footnotes.
Yeah,
the Quran for dummies.
Right, just a few chapters. But see, for me, the biggest difference between my faith and because I guess I closely more identify with Christianity, but like the Muslim
Why?
faith, just because of my experiences and how I've lived. Like
How you were raised?
Yeah, well, I wasn't really. Well, yeah, they my parents definitely introduced me to the Lord.
Yeah.
At a young age, and I gravitated to it, and I remember I was on like playgrounds and like bringing kids to Jesus. Like,
oh Lord have mercy.
I know.
Man.
This one kid, I was like, I prayed for you, but you should.
Oh no!
Make sure you go to church. Make sure you go to church and have him pray.
Oh no!
I know. So, like, I've definitely had a deep like connection to the Lord at a very young age. Like, I'm talking like 4 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then over the years, I like I wasn't like raised in the church, but we did go, a majority of our life. And then when we were young. And then I kind of didn't go like during high school, but then I started going back like in my college years. And then after that, I just was always going to church when I had a good church that I liked.
Yeah.
And I've had great churches. I've been under great teachers because I feel like the word of God is, like you said, it's a good guide. It's very practical. Like if whatever you're struggling with, there's an answer to it in the Bible.
What about the part where it says worship your masters or forgive your masters?
Right. Well, that was all. You have to also think this was in like biblical times where the way the world was built. Yeah,
it's an old literature.
Off of agriculture.
Yes.
So it was a master-slave society.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like this is just everywhere in the world. Like it wasn't like there was a McDonald's where people could work at.
But how do you feel about when the white man was using that line to keep slaves in check?
Oh yeah, that was wrong. But that's where man messes up everything. Man gets involved.
You're reading the same book they were to enslave us.
Yeah, they were the wrong. I mean, people messed up. Like people, there's corrupt pastors, there's corrupt churches, there's corrupt wherever there's people, there's corruption.
Your Bible is the reason why we're here.
What? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
The Bible is the reason why we're
here. Yes, because the Spaniards were Christian. They thought they were doing the deed. They bring in slaves over. They regulate us with the Bible. We can't read. We only can read the Bible, if anything, and they threaten us with hell because that's all. Because first they destroy our whatever we were worshiping, right? And then they give us their religion, right? Which says to forgive your masters. Then they introduce us to hell with their literature to enslave us, mind, body, and soul. And then they give you this book, and then they give certain people the power to reverberate, reintroduce the word to other slaves. So now we're all slave to the Bible, to their religion, and that's why we have enslaved minds, and that's why most Black people are Christians or Baptist or whatever, especially in the South, because of this book that enslaved us.
No, people enslaved.
The book.
Based off of their interpretation of what's
interpretation.
Yeah, no, it's true. This is
okay.
Like if okay, you're talking about the Calvary and the Crusades.
You're rationalizing because this is something you've learned all your life, and
no, listen, just listen.
I'm listening.
So like, nobody's told me this. This is just something that you have to look at history and you have to look at geography, and it'll explain it. Like what you're talking about. What was that? 400 years ago, where they used the Bible to enslave people. The Bible was like the teachings in the Bible started thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Thousands of years.
So why are we applying it to now? Why can't we just make a new Bible?
Because it's like oratory. Like how
it's like what?
How it's oratory. Like how did people document history?
Yeah,
it was either through like hieroglyphics. It was through books, texts that lasted throughout the centuries.
But does that mean we have to follow what's in the books now? We're in a different time. We don't live like that no more, right? We have Parker jackets instead of buffalo jackets.
Yeah, but if you believe in God and God created the earth, then God had a perfect design and a perfect plan.
That book is perfect.
And yeah, but see, the book is just a documentation of a period of time.
Okay.
And it's like the blueprint. Like this is the design God had in mind, but when we deviate from this blueprint, like we're kind of on our own. But I really feel like I said, like people mess up God's pure love and care for us, and they try to make it seem like God would, I don't know, God wouldn't do half the stuff some of these people were using to enslave people.
What about the line in the Bible that says only worship me and nobody else? It's kind of selfish, isn't it?
If you created the world,
and if you do, you go to hell.
What?
It's kind of mean.
No, that's not what it says.
That's not what it says?
No, it says that if you don't.
Let's go.
If you don't believe in Jesus, then yes, that's what the Bible says.
Okay, so am I going to hell, Stacy?
A lot of people get upset about this.
Because I'm not going to repent on my deathbed either.
Right. I mean,
am I going to hell, Stacy?
Based on what's in the Bible, you would.
And that's what you believe?
Yeah.
So why do you hang around? Why are we talking then?
But that's what's wrong. I mean, that's not like what? Just because you don't believe in God doesn't mean I can't hang out with you. Why would I not want to hang out?
But I'm going to hell.
Yeah,
I'm a bad person.
No, that's not. It's not that you're.
I don't deserve your friendship.
You got to look at this. No, you have to look at this differently. You got to look at it differently. The God who created the whole entire world, he's just asking people, hey, give me my props. Like, believe it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I hear you.
No, I hear you. But that's what he's basically saying. So it's like all you have to do is believe in the creator of
right. But if I don't, if you don't, you're going to hell. Sounds kind of mean.
It's not mean.
It's not mean?
If
Believe in me or go to hell.
Listen, if your father had you,
yes,
and you didn't choose your earthly father.
Well, yes. Who is my God? My dad is my God. Keep going.
No, but I'm just saying he's your father. Like, if you totally was just dishonored your father, or was and disrespected him and didn't give him his honor, I mean, you're gonna separate yourself from him. Like, you guys aren't gonna be in a great relationship. So, and you guys won't ever, like, say it was so bad that you didn't believe in him, you just didn't give him no love, no props. Then in our world, your father's not gonna tolerate that. He's not gonna continue to tolerate that.
Yeah.
So you guys won't communicate, and a lot of families don't communicate.
Yeah.
Anymore because of the disrespect. So
but should he wish me?
But think of it on a spiritual level, like a higher.
Yeah, but should he wish me hell on earth? Should he wish me to a burning, torturous place?
I mean, he don't want to ever talk to you again, maybe. I'm talking about your dad, your earthly father.
Yeah, but should he wish death upon me? Should he wish death upon me?
It's your choice.
It's not my choice, it's his choice.
No, it's free will.
Yeah.
Everything is free will. Like, we have the choice to, like you said earlier, we could wake up and be happy, or we could be like, trip off of all of the little irritating things that happen to us.
It's a good movie. Have you seen Book of Eli?
No, with
Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman, my favorite actor. Both two of my favorite actors. That's a good movie. I think you should watch it. But what I liked about that movie was, Gary Oldman played the villain, and he wanted to get the Bible, and which I thought was a good reason to get a Bible, to control the people with fear from the Bible. And then Denzel was the only one who memorized the whole Bible. So that's why they were after Denzel. But I thought that was a good premise, because that's what's happening now.
No.
Yes.
No. What?
Don't do this, you go to hell. Don't masturbate, you go to hell. Don't commit adultery, you go to hell.
That's not what it is.
It's not?
The only you could do. Okay, technically.
Have I been lied to this whole time then?
Yes, you've been depriving.
I have?
You've been depriving yourself. No, just kidding. Listen, wait.
You should go to church?
No, listen. Like,
I'm listening.
The thing is, okay, you can do all these things.
Yes.
As humans walking this earth,
we have
free will to do whatever we want.
I know where you're going.
What?
Keep going.
No, you don't.
No, keep going.
No, we can do whatever we want. Right?
Yes.
It's our choice.
Yes.
But when we make choices,
yes,
don't they sometimes have terrible consequences?
Yes, physically, yes. Like here and now. Here and now, yes.
Right, but everything that's natural comes from a blueprint, from a spiritual blueprint.
Yeah. So
things that are mimicked in nature and science, has a spiritual blueprint, or like, that's just how I see it.
Okay.
So
what's that got to do with hell?
So we were talking about choices and consequences.
Hey, but yes, so if I make bad choices, like not worshiping Jesus says I'm going to go to hell.
But don't say it's not bad to choose Jesus. It's not.
I didn't say it was bad. I said if I don't.
Right. It's not a bad thing. It's not. You
don't think it's okay?
I don't think God.
It's in the Bible.
He wants you to love him. He wants you to choose him.
And if I don't, yes, that's not evil. That's not evil, Stacey? It's like me saying, Stacey, you have to be my friend. Even though I made you eat snakes live and I stumped your big toe with a hammer. And you have to be my friend. And you say, no, I'm not going to be your friend because you stumped my toe, you made me eat snakes, and you call me a bitch, and I don't want to be your friend. And then I shoot you. I shoot you because you don't want to be my friend.
Yeah. But God doesn't.
Because I want you to be my friend. You're not going to be my friend?
But
you get a bullet in your brain.
No, but you didn't choose. I mean, God isn't.
You made a choice to not be my friend. And I'll tell you, hey, if you don't be my friend, I'm going to shoot you in the head. You said, I don't want to be your friend. Then you get a bullet in your head.
But
is that fair?
God. You're not God.
Is that fair? Is that fair?
Yeah. I mean,
it is fair.
I haven't really heard this. This is interesting. I'm gonna figure it out.
Look, I wouldn't bring this up about the hypocrisy of denominations and religion if I didn't do my homework. I swear, I'm not trying to discredit it. I'm not trying to make anybody look stupid. I get religion. It's just for me.
But there's some things
there's so much
explainable. Some things just aren't explainable, and you have to have faith.
I know, but just on your own moral, isn't hell a little bit mean? Isn't it mean to say if you don't worship me, you're going to go worship me? Not only worship me, but worship me and only me, or you get to swim with Satan.
Yeah, well, God is a jealous God.
That's okay with you, and it's okay to you.
It's just what it says in the Bible. It does say that,
and that's okay for you.
Yeah,
to worship a jealous God.
Because I believe in who He is,
and then
I believe He's created this whole everything. So if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here.
And then
that's what worship is. That's what.
And then I'm your friend. I respect you. You respect me. I love you, you love me, but I'm gonna go to hell, Stacey.
Yeah.
That's okay with you? You okay with that?
I don't want you to go.
But I'm going to because I'm not religious. That's okay with you?
It's not, but you know what I'm saying?
I'll see you right, bye.
And that's why I'm doing my work. That's why I do my work.
You get to go to heaven with wings. And I get to be ripped open and ripped apart by demons. Is that fair?
But my life purpose is to tell more people about God. So
right.
So you still got a lot of life left. You know.
Nah, it's not gonna be doing that.
You don't know that. You don't know. You might change one day. Something might happen. God might jump out of the sky and pull you up like this. Like, okay, so when you gonna start believing in me?
I don't hang with jealous people. That's a human trait, and you're supposed to be higher level than me. Does that make sense? And then you're supposed to be forgiven. Wait. You're supposed to be a forgiving God, yet I can't worship somebody else. You can't forgive me for that?
No, He can.
That's not what He says in the BB.
The only unforgivable sin is speaking against the Holy Spirit. Everything else is not a bad problem. Okay, here.
The same way.
Here we go. Listen. You shall not make for yourselves an idol, nor any image of anything that is in the heavens above,
right,
or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow yourself down to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, your God, am a jealous God. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the island.
Yep.
So He's just saying.
Isn't there? Where's the hell part? Wait a minute.
He's saying, I created all of this. Like, I created all of this, and you're gonna worship.
Yeah, where's your proof? Jesus?
Huh? Wait, what'd you say?
Why? Yeah, where's your proof? And here's another thing. Explain this to me then. Why is there other denominations then if that's the true form? Don't you think every other form is saying the same thing?
Well,
they're saying the same thing you're saying.
Are we talking about Christian denomination? Or are we
I know, but isn't that kind of weird to be to worship in the world where your God says, I created everything, and then and free will. So with free will, the Jews said, I'm going to worship, our Yahweh. And then Buddhism said,
that's the same God. That's the same God.
Yeah, and then but check this out though. But Buddha said, we're going to have like 12 or 6 of them. And then Hindu said, we're going to have an elephant with hella arms, right? And then Al-Qaeda said, if you bomb this house, you can have a paradise.
The reason God's jealous is because those things are man-made.
Are they?
Aren't shrines man-made? Aren't altars man-made?
I'm talking, but
you know
how? But why? So why?
Have people created in their brains of what
really
is man-made, like Greek goddesses and like, you know what I'm saying?
So really, there shouldn't be a hell or any punishment because God made us all, and He gave us free will. Free willy. So eventually he knew that we would have different, factions and different colored people and physicality traits and who will create their own deities and Greek gods. So we all should go to heaven because he's forgiving. He's like, you guys made up your own stuff. That's crazy. Okay, that's cool. Come on in. Right? But we should be fine. We should be fine.
But look, there's a lot of levels before you go to hell. Like, to go to hell, you really...
What is this, a video game? Do I have a battle of boss before I get to the gate?
Have you heard of the rapture? Have you heard of Armageddon and all those stories or whatever?
I wasn't heard of Purgatory and Dante's Inferno.
So there's a lot of like temporal places or situations where God allows you to go through, and then before you go through all that, you choose him. So like at some point, I mean, the Bible says every knee shall bow. And when he's coming out the clouds with a trumpet and all that stuff, like he's going to give people the opportunity to choose him.
So you think a big old person is going to come out of the clouds? Doesn't that sound like good, like Lord of the Rings stuff?
Have you seen tornadoes and hurricanes and
those are like natural, earthly, like scientific phenomenons. Like, you think a body is going to come out of it? Wait, stop. You think a body is going to come out of the clouds with a horn and say, everybody who's on my team can go up here, and everybody who isn't, I'm looking at you, Muslims. Everybody down here who isn't has to stay here while the demons come up and play with your balls and rip off your arms. Bye. You think that's cool?
No, listen. Muslims believe in Jesus. They just believe he's a prophet. They believe in Jesus.
Who's they?
Huh?
The Jews?
No, I said Muslims.
Yes.
They believe Jesus was just a prophet. He wasn't a god. But they do believe Jesus. They do believe he walked this earth. There's a lot of historical relevance that Jesus was here.
Yeah.
But some people don't want to call him the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but he's giving you all the pieces, but people are still like not choosing him.
Yeah, so what makes yours the truth and not theirs the truth? Because of denomination? Because of geographic location? Because guaranteed, if you're over there, you would believe what they believe, right? And then you would think Americans like, they think Jesus is God. They're crazy. Jesus is the prophet. You would believe that. Like, what makes you right and makes them wrong? Because you say so?
Well,
because your parents said so? Because your church says so? Their church says the same thing, but different.
The Bible tells me so.
Their Bible tells them too. What makes yours special? And what makes yours right?
Because it was the original text.
But they're sharing the same thing though, Stacy.
Honestly, I think Hindu is a older religion, but it was also spoke about in the Bible.
And you also got to remember too, everything derived from Egypt, right? And they didn't have any that much science, right? Which I kind of disagree.
Egypt had so much science.
That's what I'm saying. But they did still have Sun Ra, and then gods of the moon and earth. You know what I mean? They had like spiritual deities, and which I love the philosophy of, but I don't follow. But it's all interesting, right? And it all derives from one place, and then they just go into a divide. But what I'm asking you is what makes yours the right one?
No, but even based on those spiritual religions you're speaking of, they have a God. They have a supreme God. A lot of these religions have supreme gods.
Yes.
But they also have additional gods.
Yes.
So,
like Buddhism has, gods for everything: water, seed, toilet, gambling, eyeballs,
right, everything,
nose hairs,
all of that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
So but it's all of it is based off of the same God, and no matter what religion, whatever, monotheistic or polytheistic.
Yeah.
There's a supreme God.
Sure.
They all believe in a supreme God.
And then they all look different, right?
But it's still like, okay.
Yeah, but
I don't want to say this where it's disrespectful, but it's like everybody has a way of communication, and so it's like not a fantasy character, but people make up their own characters for the same God.
Right. So what makes yours right?
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying mine is right.
Okay, cool then. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right for me.
Yes. You don't want to worship elephants. You want to worship a brown man who might come out of the sky with a horn.
But I'm saying an elephant, I don't know the specifics, but that elephant or that cow or whatever could represent the supreme God.
Right.
You feel me?
That's
all I'm saying. Like every polytheistic, monotheistic, I feel like it's all caricatures that lead to the same God.
Right. So yours is a caricature too.
But mine.
Okay, never mind. Stop. All right. Why? Yours looks like a human? Yours is a human, so it's okay?
God doesn't have any form.
God doesn't have any form?
No, not God. Okay, so there's God, there's Jesus,
and then there's a Holy Ghost, right? Okay, that sounds like a lot.
So, but it's all the same. It's the same. It's the same God.
It's like explaining, like, it's like trying to explain a math equation and then there's no solution.
No, it's the same God. Like God is so bomb.
I'm trying to explain the Pythagorean Theorem, but I don't know what A, B, and X, Y means. Or I'm adding more letters in there.
How much time we got? Because I can break it all down. Like it's all the same God, but
why divide them into three then?
Because
it sounds like God is superior. Jesus is the Son of God, who is also a prophet, right? Sounds like a prophet to me. And then the Holy Ghost is what? His like cat.
You're stupid. It's just our comforter. It's what God left for us.
It's like comforter like Shy.
It's like, yeah. Basically.
I will be your comforter. I will be the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it was God, and then God was so godly.
God was so godly.
He threw Jesus out here as a man.
Yeah, as a man.
To fulfill his promise.
Yes.
To save the world.
And you're okay with everybody being a man.
So that, yes. And a lot of these religions, this is something people need to get, is that I'll say majority of the religions, the man there, it's all men.
It's male.
It's male.
And you're okay with that?
And even people will break it down for you. There's masculine and feminine and whatever, but the supreme gods are all masculine.
And that's fine with you?
Yeah, for sure.
Have you watched Dogma?
No.
You should watch Dogma and Books of Eli. Book of Eli.
Okay.
I'm curious to know your opinion though.
Okay. Ooh.
But those two of my favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it sounds good. I just don't watch hella movies, but I want to watch more. But I also want to reiterate, because we're kind of getting up on time, maybe, is that nobody should feel bad for what they believe in. Like, I don't want people to make, you know what I'm saying? Like, people really attack the Christian religion for whatever reason.
Well, because they find hypocrisy in it. That's why.
But but why don't people criticize these other religions?
They do.
No, they don't. Not like Christianity.
They don't criticize the Muslims. They don't criticize Buddhism for all their gods. Are you serious?
Nah, it's not on a. It's not
even with Buddhism. They don't even. People don't think other people think they made that up. They got so many characters in Buddhism. And then Krishna, really an elephant head? Like, you want to talk about like a fantasy animal like that might be in the Lord of the Rings movie? Like, you don't think other people aren't getting it either? Everybody's getting it.
It doesn't seem like it.
People making fun of.
Like, why do people always be like
because like.
Oh, it got stuck for a second. No, but why don't people when they're like having sex, they'll be like, oh God? Why don't they be like, oh Buddha? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, people are always like, oh hell no. Or I don't know. I just feel like people use a lot of,
because that's learned behavior. If more people are saying oh Buddha, more people will say Buddha. Or people are saying God.
Like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's evil because God says don't use his name in vain.
Right.
And people use the name in vain quite a bit. So it's like, why don't they, like, why is it God? Why people coming for God like this? Like, because
they're not religious.
People don't believe in God anymore. And that's a problem.
To you, yeah.
It's a problem.
But for them, it's not.
No, but there's so many, like, also, it's like so many, like, do you know what the largest growing religion is right now?
Tesla?
Close. It's the nuns. And it's people, they're called the nuns, and they don't believe in anything.
So what do they believe in?
Yeah, they don't believe in anything. So that's
why are they're called the nuns?
Yeah, Nones.
Oh, I know. Oh, the nuns.
Yeah.
Oh, like none, like nothing.
Yeah. It's the fastest growing religion right now. And
I mean, I would probably join that religion if I wanted to join something.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are.
But what? I'm gonna have to let me write that one down. I'm gonna have to research that.
Look it up.
I'm just kidding. I won't join that. I don't join factions like that. It sounds stupid.
Yeah, but
sorry, sounds stupid.
But it's just like how
None.
Yeah, like so many people just don't want God anymore. And
and that should be okay though, right?
What'd you say?
That should be okay though, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it should be okay. But it sounded like you were disappointed.
Hurting anybody.
It sounded like you were disappointed.
I mean,
you said we shouldn't say God damn it.
You know why? Because God's so good to me, and it hurts me that people will not choose him. Sorry, but it's true.
Sounds a little biased to me. A little prejudice.
No, it makes me sad. Like I don't want my friends to go to hell.
Yeah, we don't want to go to hell here, Stacy. Why don't you give us a plug, Help us out.
I can't
Huh?
help. I can't help.
No, you can't help us because your God is evil? All
No,
right.
he's not. You just have
All
to
right.
him. That's it. Because he created all of this. Like you got to give him his props.
All right.
People don't give God his props no more. They don't, and that's why.
So
that's why the whole moral fabric of this country, which was supposed to be founded on God, is not that no more.
Are you sure about that? Because those people who you say are destroying the moral fabric are worshiping Jesus. Why? Okay, why are we losing our moral fiber?
I think because we've turned away from God.
Where is it coming from though? Like who is doing this?
Just in general.
Just in general?
Like yeah, like everything. It's a lot going on in the world, and it's like what's in the Bible, like his commandments. Just there's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of lying. There's a lot of manipulation. All those things are on the forefront.
Technical difficult. Okay.
Woo! Hello.
Okay. Well, we had technical difficulties on my part. I apologize. I have a very sensitive HD camera, which I had to take out, and then my laptop is slow as a snail, and it's very old. I need to replace it. So
we don't remember what we were talking about.
I mean, I don't remember the ending part, but I remember what we were talking about. But I mean,
true. But I don't know what we were, our point that was being made, because I felt like it was going there. But we'll have to.
This is going to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't want to come across like I was trying to convince you or anybody out there that their religion is bad. Closing statement for me, and I just want to let people know that I understand as humans, most of us are like sheep and followers, and we need to believe in something like the boogeyman, but also don't be confined to like one thing just because of your demographic and your geographic location. There's a plethora of faiths and religion out there. They're all interesting. Just because you follow your parents or people who you respect and you don't want to disappoint them doesn't make yours the one. You know what I mean? There's too many faiths out there for yours to be the one. It's too biased, it's too selfish, and it's like just explore. That's all. Just be open and explore. That's all. I'm not trying to change anybody's minds, obviously, because that's not going to happen. But there's just so many things out there. Don't be boxed in to one thing. You have so many examples of other people who didn't do that, like Tina Turner, like I brought up earlier. It's like it's impossible to think that yours is the one. But again, faith and all that. I'm just saying, expand your mind, Quaid. Open your mind, Quaid. Open your mind.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Like, I think people should seek and continue to seek and just enjoy this journey of life, and it reveals itself to us. You know what I mean? As we keep living, and it's a journey. Like, it's a spiritual journey. It's a professional journey. Life is just so many things. But for me, I'm definitely into spirit more than anything. And also, I do want to say, no matter what you believe in, it's all about living right. No matter what, if you're Buddhist, if you're a spiritist, if you're Hindu, you know what I mean? Your actions in this life is going to matter later. If you believe in an afterlife, or
I would say, what's later?
After death, I guess. You know what I mean? But
What
we're
if you
all
don't
like,
believe in that though?
then you just die.
Yeah. Okay.
But why not believe in something greater or something
Some
that,
people just don't.
yeah, but I mean, most people believe in something like they're going to be reincarnated
Some
or,
people don't.
yeah. Yeah. And that's fine. It's fine.
Are you
That's what I'm saying
sure?
too. No, that's what I'm saying too. No, but I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, I'm guided by spirit in everything that I do.
Right. But you also have to understand that people
Don't.
don't.
And I do, and I understand that.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna like zip it. You
Yeah.
know?
What do you mean you're not gonna? What do you mean?
Like a lot of people really just try to shut your beliefs down.
Oh, got you.
You know what I mean? And I think we all need to be more open to listening and learning.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, but also what I'm saying is that no matter what you believe or don't believe, well, I mean, I guess if you don't believe in anything, you could just live any old kind of way.
Yeah, as long as they live righteous and don't hurt nobody.
No, but I mean, but if you don't believe in, but I mean, I guess even if you don't believe there's something that happens after death, what would guide you to want to live properly? Just because you don't want to hurt your fellow, but what gives you your moral compass? That's what I don't.
Common sense. Common sense. You know not to kill somebody or hurt somebody.
How do you know that?
Because you know it. Because if somebody did it to you, it doesn't feel good. So why would you want to do it to somebody else? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, people are motivated by life's experience and what they see and what they feel and know. You know what I mean? And common sense and morality. You know what I mean? You know not to steal from your man, from your fellow man, because you don't want that to happen to you. And you don't need a book or somebody else to tell you that. That's common sense. I got no not to pull out my gun on somebody in the street because I don't want that done to me. You know what I mean? That's all. We all don't have to have beliefs and follow something to live righteously.
Yeah, but those are all I'm saying. It's just those are also principles in other faiths.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But people but that's also common sense. It's not from faith. It's from being a human.
But something has to tell a human what's right and wrong.
Experience. You know not to burn down your house because maybe somebody burned down your house and you saw what that looked like with that family. You say, "Oh, I don't want to do that to somebody." You know what pain is. Yeah, you know how it hurts. You know what I mean. You know how it feels when somebody lies to you or hurts you. So you don't want to do that to somebody else.
Yeah, so it's like based off of matter and transactional, like transactions.
Or that you learn
your
through life, just living life. Anybody, if you have good parents, your parents will say, "Hey, don't pull on that girl. Don't pull on Stacy's hair. Don't pull on her pigtails because she doesn't like it." Okay, cool. I won't do it. That's mean. Don't do that. Don't make fun of people. That's mean. You know what I mean? I learned all that from my parents and from school and from my friends. Don't do that. It's not right. Don't make fun of people who are different from you.
Yeah, but your parents also have their influences, which come from Buddhists and from Christians. So I feel like that's why you have more of a definitive moral compass, it sounds like.
But they also, live life, and I don't think they got that just by their faith,
Yeah, no.
It's also a tradition in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a friend now who doesn't. I asked him, what do you think happens when we die? Nothing. We just die. I was like, okay, so we don't have no spirits, no afterlife. He said, we just die. I was like, so all this experience here that you did in your 40 years of living is all just gone. And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a righteous dog. He's a vegetarian, married, good to his wife, trying to make, just trying to make ends meet, which he is, got a good job doing his thing. And he doesn't gang bang. He plays music. He loves life. He loves wrestling. He's good. No religion, none. Doesn't eat meat because he doesn't think it's right. You know what I mean? Like, he learned that.
He loves
So, huh?
He loves the animals.
Yeah, he loves the animals. I think he saw like one video of how like they make meat or something. He was like, nah, I can't.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, like faith isn't the end all be all. It's not, everybody is not following the same thing. There's too many people on planet Earth to follow like faith.
Yeah, but
people do their own thing.
But a lot of people are following something. If
Whether themselves,
whether if it's your logic and your whatever, everybody follows something. So,
yes, and it's not always spiritual. Yeah.
I mean, whether you call it religion or whatever, it's just people. We as humans, follow something,
or just living righteously, like a normal righteous path without any binds of faith or religion. People are just living common sense wise and righteous wise.
Right. But then there's also people out here who aren't civil and who don't live that way. And they could be Christians.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got people in jail now who are like, God told me to murder those people.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, what do you say to that guy? No, you're wrong.
Yeah, that's
in his heart, he feels that God perfect example, Hitler. Hitler was he was a Christian, Catholic.
Well, a lot of people.
He was Lutheran Catholic, and he thought he was doing the righteous thing by killing all those Jews. Was he right?
No, absolutely.
Do we blame him for following God's path?
God didn't tell him to do that.
That's what he said. He's a Lutheran Christian.
But he's a liar. Like, God.
Is he? Why?
But maybe he believes it. Maybe he.
Yes.
He's clearly mentally ill. He's had it.
Is he?
Yes. God did not tell nobody to kill the Jews when the Jews are God's chosen people. So.
But that's not what his faith says.
Oh, who's faith?
Hitler. Well, if it was, he wouldn't have killed all those people.
Yeah, but I mean, people do terrible things just because.
Yes, and that was. But I'm saying
just because they want to.
Because he was spiritual,
He hid behind God. A lot of people do that. A lot of people say, "Oh, I did. God told me to do this." No, you told you to do that with your crazy self. No.
I could say the same thing about you wanting to believe in God. No, it wasn't that. It's you. You want to believe in God. It's the same thing. Okay. Except you didn't kill millions of people.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing. It's the same philosophy.
But that's harming others. Like,
yes, it is
harming others. Like,
yes,
that's not human.
But he had a belief, is what I'm saying. It's the same thing you have.
Right, but my belief isn't gonna make me kill people.
Right, but it's still a belief. Where the belief word is in there. He believed that you believe what you believe. Yeah. People in jail believe that God told that person or son of Sam to kill all those people.
Yeah, or cults. Like, people believe.
Yes, or cults.
In cult types.
Yes,
that doesn't mean
thing. So, okay, I know we wanted to close out, but I just want to get your opinion. What do you think about Scientology?
I'm not really well versed in it, but it's just science. What do they believe?
Okay, I guess we could come back to that. Let's do some research and come back on that one.
The Scientology, yeah. But that's that Kabbalah stuff.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Don't do that. It's Kabbalah. Kabbalah is Jewish. Kabbalah? No.
Okay, I don't know, but I think I'll have to look that one up
The
too.
Kabbalah is Judaism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Scientology is like some other crazy shit. I
it's like
am
some
very
New Age. Like we just filed that under New Age, like man-made. There's a lot of man-made stuff, and people
people could
follow
say
it,
the same thing about your religion.
but it's been here since
Yes,
the beginning of time.
made by man.
But it's just man capturing the first origins of God, the creator of the universe. But I don't
Right. I can say the same thing with what's the one is it Jehovah Witness where
know.
I just saw a documentary on this where like one man got the word of God. He went to a room, got the word of God, started writing the word of God on in a book or a journal, right? Then he passes it on to somebody else and tells them to read that this is the word of God in this book. And you know what I'm saying? And it creates like a cult or something or a religion. And now we have, is that Jehovah's Witness? I didn't do my research. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. But there's a story like that, right? I just watched a Netflix documentary about that.
Well, I mean,
the whole thing was like somebody said that they had the real paper of the word of God on this piece of paper. And the whole thing was a hoax because he actually wrote it.
Yeah.
But if that would have got out, and it did, if it got out, then the whole religion would have been like, dispelled. So they were trying to keep it under wraps. And it didn't happen, obviously, because they made a documentary. But I'll find out what it is.
Yeah, find out what that is, because I'll look it up and I'll debunk it. Sorry.
Okay, my thing. Okay, well, you have to stop. But my thing with you is, you think yours is the right one.
No, I believe in my religion.
Yes.
Like,
okay, so
why would I falter on it? I wouldn't.
Saying debunking that.
Nobody else does.
What do you mean?
Like everybody, when you are who you know what I mean? If this is who you are, like you don't know how to.
Why is that who you are? Why? Why is that who you are? Because you grew up like that?
Because I'm spirit. Because I
know, but because you grew up in the Christian faith, that's who you are. You can't change.
You can, but I haven't.
Okay, so what do you say about Tina Turner, who grew up Baptist and is now a Buddhist?
That's the path that she's on. That's what she's doing. What? There's nothing wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to debunk her?
But that's not something you debunk. You can't debunk that. Like, you can't debunk what people believe in.
Can you? Like, so you can't? You can't? Okay.
As far as faith, as far as your faith.
Yeah.
I mean, some people sway and go different directions. Well, she did. She swayed and went different directions. But that's the journey that she's on. She chose that.
Yeah, but
nothing more to it. And I'm not saying that just because I believe in what I believe, people should believe how I believe. Like, they shouldn't. Like people should believe what they believe in.
Okay. But we're still going to help.
I mean, no matter what faith or religion or
if it's not yours, we're going to help.
No, other people believe that as well.
But I'm talking about yours, Stacy.
Yes.
Yes.
And every other religion.
Like, I'm talking about yours, Stacy.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like Christianity is just like, ooh, a whole different concept. Like, if you don't live right, you're gonna either come back as a turd, or you're just gonna keep, you know what I mean?
Who comes back as a turd? What? There's not even a life form. You're gonna come back as an eye booger if you don't do right. Don't rape. You'll become a nose hair.
So many people who are so dirty out here that I don't even think they would come back as anything but a turd. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying.
You don't. We don't. We all don't.
People are scandal. So that's why they would come back as like a toothpick. No, I guess can't.
I mean, a tree bark.
That's living.
Yeah, that's living.
You gotta just sit there all day.
You just be like this, just on the tree. It's like, God, I wish this tree would die. Somebody cut down this tree.
Oh, that's like funny. Yeah. So everybody's faith seems outlandish, but you just gotta
except for yours.
Keep living. No, the Christian faith does sound a little weird. Like it sounds like there's some fantasy, some things you don't really take literally. It's a lot of figurative stuff in the Bible as well.
You know what you remind me of? You remind me of like Nicki Minaj sticking up for her brother who raped a young girl.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know he did that, but I still love him. It doesn't matter what he does. I'm still gonna rock with my brother.
I mean,
I'm gonna make up every excuse I can.
No, I'm being realistic.
To protect my brother.
No,
the rapist.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I know she did. It's like, I mean, you would stand by your brother, but
no, he raped a young girl. No,
like it's fact that he did that.
He's in jail.
Oh.
It's facts.
Yeah, but you still would stand by your brother, not.
No, you don't stand by that. He's sick.
Not life for him or anything. But no, that's hard. I don't know.
But that's what people like you sound like to me. You sound like he can do no wrong.
Who?
Because I put so much faith in this person or this denomination. Whatever the books, any contradiction, any evilness, anything I don't agree with, there's something. I will stand by it. That's what it sounds like. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm right here for right now. And I've been like this since, like I said,
I know that's the issue. Like a lot of people like you won't change because you're grown up with it. You're not the only one who thinks this way.
Yeah, I need to meet more of those people. Where are they?
You can tell somebody the gosh darnest truth about their faith or whatever. You could debunk it. It can make sense to you. You won't budge because you grew up with it. You've been with this for so long. This is all you know. This is the way, man. The Mandalorian, and you budge.
For me, this is the right way for me. I'm not trying to, man.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be a good person.
Yes, that's all we need.
Like everybody else in the world.
Yes.
Trying to achieve Nirvana or
Valhalla? Is that what you said?
I said Nirvana.
Oh, Nirvana. You said okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
all right.
Are we all working towards that higher state?
No, some of us just want to live humbly.
Yeah, that's still humble.
Is it trying to reach a higher state? That's humble.
That's where all the vibrations are going. All the good vibrations is up. Why wouldn't you?
All right, Beach Boys. Some people just want to live, just want to work, just want to do their thing, have fun, or learn and just live and read and gain knowledge and then die. Right?
That sounds boring, but I like to live. Like, I don't know. I always say you only live once, but you live forever.
All right.
That sounds way more fun. And like
And
the
then
way that heaven sounds, it sounds so litty committee.
heaven
Like,
sounds boring.
no, it doesn't. But heaven sounds great for a person like me.
Yeah, it sounds boring to me. I'm like all dogs go to heaven. I'll probably be up there flying and I'll come back down because I'm bored.
Stop it. You
Give me a
don't.
little anarchy.
It's
Give me a
supposed to
little
be amazing.
Batman versus the Joker. You need a little anarchy.
Yep.
I'll say this: if you're in heaven and I'm in hell, I guess we're going out to battle because I will be a knight. I'll tell you that right now.
You're gonna what? What'd you say?
I'll be a demon knight.
Demon night. What do they call it? Demon time. You on demon time?
Yeah, I'll be a headless horseman, and I'll come up there and chop everybody's wings off.
I'll FaceTime you.
Little anarchy up there.
I'll FaceTime you. It'll be like, hey, look, it's a unicorn. I'm on a unicorn right now.
And I'll be like, hey, look down here. I'm ripping off people's arms. It's fantastic. I just tore off somebody's face.
But seriously, that is so you. That's so you. That would be more exciting.
I just ripped off Elon Musk's limbs.
He was down there with you? Oh, snap. What did he do wrong?
I don't know. I just capped off Bezos's head. I just went boop.
They're all down there.
I just skinned them alive.
All right. That's funny.
And then I put it back on. I did it over every day. Is the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen Constantine? Watch Constantine.
Constantine, you got me all these good ones.
Well, you don't know what's good yet. You haven't watched them yet.
Right? But they just sound like that's what I need to be watching. I need to like think on some other stuff right now.
They're all religious based too. Those are all like my favorite movies, and they're all religious based.
See, that's usually how it is.
I just like angels.
It's so hard on oh really?
I like drawing wings. I like angels.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fantasy. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like Star Wars.
Right. I love angels.
It's like fantasy, sci-fi.
I got angels all around me.
Sure.
See, that's the fantasy part that comes
Yeah.
With
exactly.
Christianity, that just sounds kind of like, what?
Yeah.
You got angels?
Yeah. Like if I die, I'm gonna be an angel and I have to watch you masturbate. Okay.
See, yeah, I don't know. I'm reading on that right now. Like,
Yeah. You think? Oh, the angels are watching over me, watching over you when you poop. I have to watch you poop. I don't want to watch you poop.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch you have sex. Pick your nose.
Right. Well, maybe they like go somewhere else during those.
Oh, really? Yeah. How convenient. How convenient when you take a shower, we're not watching you anymore. How convenient, Stacy.
Baby, I don't know. Who knows?
Right. Who knows? But they're watching over you because that's what you believe. Except when you go boo-boo.
When I need them. Like
right, yes. How convenient. Only when you need the angels will they be watching over you. Not when you're having sex. Not when you're going pee-pee. Only when you need them.
They understand privacy.
Oh, right. Yes. Of course. Of course they do. Yes.
They do.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They are respectable.
They are very respectable. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And they only come when you need them. How righteous and humble of them. Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be one.
See, look at you.
Yeah.
You have stuff to look forward to.
Yes, you've converted me. Now I want to just help people when they need it.
You don't have to gnaw on arms down there.
I don't have to rip off faces.
Nope.
I just have to heed a call.
Face off. Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be funny. But I'm definitely gonna FaceTime you.
On that note.
All right.
Well,
Bishop.
Stacy, Non-Perishable Goods Podcast. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I don't know how we're gonna, or she's gonna edit this, but
It'll be out.
yeah,
It'll be out soon.
yep. And we'll see you on the next one.